Hello and welcome back. Where am I welcoming you back from? It's Sebastian's Kitchen, and we're going to be making cream puffs today. Our first step, we're going to separate the eggs. Now the trick to separating the eggs is that you have to be very, very careful and try not to break the egg yolk, which is inside of the egg. So what we're doing right now is called mise en place, which is a French term which means put in place. We're basically taking all the ingredients for this recipe and we're putting them into their place. So our first step was to separate all the eggs because we just needed the egg yolks. And our next step is to get 31.23 grams of flour. So what we're doing right now is we are weighing out the flour. So what we have our LCD display saying how much this bowl weighs, but we don't want to add the bowl and subtract the weight. So we're gonna zero it out, which is called tearing. And so we have the flour here, and we're trying to get about 31 grams of flour. So let me measure this right in. Why don't I use a spoon? So we're gonna do the same thing with sugar right now. We have 127 grams of granulated sugar. Now I'm gonna measure it out. Before I do, I wanna make sure that this is torn. And I'm gonna measure out 128 grams of sugar. So we have 487.4 grams of whole milk that we're just gonna measure out using this as a measuring bowl. Right now we have a vanilla bean from the Isle of Madagascar. The family name of vanilla is Orchidaceae, so it would be Vanilla Orchidaceae. What we wanna do is we wanna take the vanilla and we wanna just slit it down the middle. It's shiny, it's beautiful. So we have those beautiful vanilla seeds. Great. Now that my hands smell like vanilla, we're ready to finish the mise en place, and we're gonna get on to the actual preparation. We have a medium bowl here, and we're gonna whisk together the eggs and the sugar. So we've got a medium bowl filled with sugar, and we're going to add the egg yolks. We're basically making a custard, which is egg yolks, sugar, milk, and we're adding flour as a stiffening agent. And now we're gonna combine these in a bowl. What? With a whisk. With a whisk. Alright. We're gonna combine these with a whisk. Once they're totally consolidated, they'll look something like this. And now we're going to add in the vanilla and the flour. And then we're gonna whisk again until it's smooth. We're gonna add the flour as well. Again, this is a stiffening agent. This is used to stiffen the custard that we're making. Yeah. So right now we're gonna bring this whole milk to a simmer. And we're gonna, once it's simmering, we're gonna slowly add it to this egg mixture. And what that's like, it's like putting your toe in a hot tub so that it doesn't get too hot, and it's like easing your way in, because we don't want those eggs to scramble, because that's what they do. I'm gonna stir this actually until it thickens. Because we have that flour in there, it's gonna thicken into a custard. So we're gonna put this in the refrigerator for now, and we'll come back to it tomorrow. The vanilla pastry cream and the pâte à choux, which is the puff pastry, essentially. It's the puffy part of the cream puff. So right now we're mixing, this is a very crucial step, we're mixing the water. We're mixing the butter, the milk. And then the sugar and salt. We're bringing this to a simmer, so you can come in here and look. So this is the make or break moment. We're gonna turn it off, and we're gonna put the flour in, and we're gonna stir vigorously, so that it creates a film on the bottom. I don't want it to spill out, but it creates a film on the bottom that will allow the pâte à choux. I'm turning it back on. See, there's this film on the bottom that shows that it's an indicator that this dough is dry enough to rise. So we have a KitchenAid professional process. Pour this on low to release the steam. We don't want all the steam coming up. It's bad for it. And while that's happening, we're gonna whisk up. I have these egg yolks and egg whites here, and we're gonna whisk these up. We're gonna really consolidate these. Slow, slow, slow. And that looks really, really good. It's forming these natural patterns on the side. So we know when it makes a ribbon. So see how it kind of like, we'll go up and see how it kind of folds down beautifully on itself, like, ooh, it's folding like a ribbon. So right now we have this piping bag draped over this cup so that we can really get some of this dough. I'm going to use this wonderful tool. To get, ooh, look, see, it's exciting. So we're making cream puffs and they're gonna need a little room. So I'm doing boop, one, little one after the other. So we've been preheating the oven for a while and now it's at 425. We're gonna move over here and we're gonna put this one in and we're gonna leave it in for about 10 minutes because our oven's very hot. And we are going to, after we leave it in for a while, we're going to turn it down. So right now we're going to make a ganache, which is going to be the glaze for what's going to go on top of our cream puffs. It's going to be the chocolatey glaze. We've got a wonderful, we're going to start with our cream here. We're going to measure this out into this saucepan. We are going to see how much we have. We're going to just use whatever we have. There's 172 grams. That's how much this weighs. And so I'm going to put this in here. This is, let's zero this out. And now I need to have this hit 172 grams. I want it to be matching because it's a 1-to-1 ratio, chocolate to cream. So 170. We're now going to bring this cream to a simmer in a medium-sized sauce pot. This is our medium-sized sauce pot. We're going to keep this at low. We're simmering it. Okay. So this is on the stove, and my timer just went off. So we're going to look at this, and these look beautiful. These look gorgeous. These they need 5 more minutes. But what's going to happen is so what happened was, it was at a high heat, which was the reason that it became bigger, and it has a hollow center, and it has a hard shell. But we don't want it at a high heat for too long because we don't want it to over brown. So now this is steamy. We're gonna pour this over the chocolate until the chocolate, and we're gonna leave it there so that chocolate can fully receive the energy. So we have this whisk here, and we're gonna emulsify. The whisk is an emulsificator. It's an emulsifier, and we're gonna swirl it in the middle, because if we swirl it on the outside, then it's just stirring. But if you swirl it in the middle, if you come in close, you can see the glorious chocolatey magic slowly beginning to happen. It's like cookies and cream. Look at that. It's really, really chocolatey. Beautiful.
What is that called that you're making?
It's called a, this is called a chocolate ganache. And we're gonna slowly, we just wanna incorporate the sides in, and look at that beautiful dark chocolatey magnificence.
Excellent.
Okay, so right now I'm gonna turn it down to about 350. Alright, so the alarm just rang. And these look good. They look good on the outside. We need to test them on the inside. It's a little moist on the inside. So it's day 2 and we are gonna fill them. I have the pastry cream that we made yesterday, and here are the things. I'm going to go ahead and poke a little hole in the back with this metallic tip. And then I'm going to fill it. And then I'm going to take it and dip it into the ganache from yesterday. And then just like that.